Joe Hopkins here, and on today's installment of You Should, like I've been doing some of these videos, you should play this, you should play that. We're doing You Should Play the Mandolin, and I'm going to tell you why, right? Especially since most of you guys out there watching my videos particularly are guitarists, the majority of you. The mandolin is very similar to the guitar. It's a good instrument to pick up if you play the guitar. And it's got a couple things that are definitely benefits to it, right? But right off the bat, you see it's got a acoustic body like a guitar. It's got, you know, a neck with frets, very guitar-like. Yes, it's got 8 tuning pegs. It's really kind of a 4-stringed instrument, but with 4 double strings, right? Both of them tuned the same. Right? So it just gives it a little more pop. It's tuned G, D, A, E, like a violin. This is what's interesting. If you're a guitarist and you want to learn the violin, you want to play the fiddle, the mandolin can be a really good instrument to get as kind of an in-between, right? When you're going from one to the other, because this is tuned like a violin. It's very violin-like. It's basically a violin, but as a guitar. It's like a step between the two. So if you want to learn violin, you can get your mandolin and, you know, learn your stuff. Well, you don't really play chords on the violin. You can, like the 2-string stuff. Learn your scales. It's a little pentatonic, but you can learn your scales and whatnot on this and carry it over to the violin. That way you can learn the basics with the pick and frets that you're used to, and then go over to learning the whole new bowing kind of thing. But even if you have no interest in the violin, the mandolin is a really great instrument to learn for a guitarist just because it is so similar to a guitar. And you can do all the guitar stuff with it, you know, like your chords. Yeah. Right? All your guitar stuff. You can play around with this. It's more portable than a guitar because it's smaller. That makes it kind of interesting. I went into that when I was talking about the ukulele, how portable it is as a guitar-like instrument. And this is the same thing. Very guitar-like, but portable. That makes it kind of cool, kind of fun. And maybe you like the way mandolins sound, or you're just looking for something a little bit different. Mandolin, that can be the ticket, man, and it's not hard for a guitarist to learn it. It is, like I said, it's tuned a little bit different. It's tuned in 5ths instead of 4ths, but, you know, you still play it the same way. You can still learn some cool scales. Yeah, you can learn some cool stuff on it. I'm a little rusty on this thing. I don't play it as much as I used to. But, yeah, once you pick it up, it's not hard for a guitarist to understand this. Now, if you record music like I do, and a lot of you out there do like to, you know, either record or are thinking about getting into recording, one of the really nice things about the mandolin, this can add a lot to a mix. And I'm not just talking your folk, bluegrass, country kind of stuff. A lot of rock bands have used mandolin, like Led Zeppelin, REM, and a lot of others. And even though you wouldn't think of this as a metal instrument, in recording you can use an instrument like this to add something to that mix. Like a lot of bands over the years, when they record their guitar riffs, they'll double it. Double what they're doing on an acoustic instrument. A lot of times it's acoustic guitar, but it could be something like this. And they'll, you know, just double the... That's not really a rock riff, is it? You know, but you get the idea. You can play the same thing on this and double it and put it in the mix underneath your electric guitars, it gives it a little more pop. And we all know, we've all heard albums or songs that we listen to, and it's like there's this extra something in there. And you're like, what did they use to get that? They're playing the same thing, but on another instrument, kind of giving it that little extra something. What is that? That sounds cool. Well, now you can get the what is that? That sounds cool. You got to think outside the box, you know what I mean? And mandolin is something that a lot of musicians and producers have used over the years to give that little extra something, right? Or you can just get your little rhythm stuff, you know. And work that into the mix of your song so there's a little extra something there. We're always looking for that little extra something, right? If you record music like I do, you know, you're always looking for that little extra something to put into the mix. It doesn't have to be front and center. It doesn't have to be like real prominent, but just something in there just so you have a little more, a little something that gives it that little extra, makes it a little bit better. This is one of the instruments that's very commonly used in rock music to do that, to give it a little pop. And mandolins really have a really nice, sweet sound. A little bit sweeter sound than a guitar. So you can get something that just has that little pop, you know? Yeah, little licks like that, that can be pretty cool. Or if you're doing some rock thing, you got your standard G, D, A chord progression, you know. Yeah, you hear it's got a nice sound to it. It has a different sound to it. And you can put it in there with your guitars, you know. Yeah, a little bit of something like that. And it is a fun instrument to learn. Every time you learn a new instrument, it's fun. And this is something that you can learn easily if you're already a guitarist. So there we go. Yeah, I just thought I'd share all that with you, see what you guys think. And yeah. That sounds kind of cool, doesn't it? I don't know why I did that. Just whatever. That's not as cool. This one. Yeah, I like that. Anyway, yeah, so, oh, also as acoustic instruments go, this thing has more adjustments than a lot of them. You notice the bridge on this thing, it's like a floating bridge, but it has little turn things. You can raise the bridge up and down. Mandolins have that. Some acoustic guitars do, but mandolins usually have that. That's nice. You can play with your height adjustment on these easier than you can on some other acoustic instruments. Anyway, so there we go. I hope you guys found this somewhat informative. Here, check out my my albums that I put out. I got links to streaming down below, and I got playlists for both of them. One of them's going to come up here in a minute. I think it's that Live from the Back Room, Sad and Alone, Live from the Back Room. That ought to be coming up here. But yeah, check me out on streaming. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I love y'all. Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.